overwhelming me. What up, JP?
Standing, should I say, here for stage 2. These guys
What do you want, Lou? You're not getting a second chance. Go lay down.
Watching of Rated on social media, he's confident. You know, the 7-0 is the only target for him. They've got a very tough week this week, and it's going to start right here versus Evil.
They do have a very tough week. That's a fact.
Who are we going on board with Paradox? I know you've got all the keys at the back there. It's going to be Scraps. And he's going to kick off with the first blood in the hard point. Let's get into this pit center.
All right, well, that's a good start for Ed.
For Evil Geniuses, it's a nice start for Red Reserve. And take a look at where they're set up on the mini-map, right? So you see number 1 backing up Joe, making sure that when you start thinking ahead towards this upcoming hard point, you have the spawns in your favor, exactly what you want to do. And with Joe anchoring in the back there, it allows Zero to be a bit more aggressive. You saw Rated being aggressive over near the side bridge as well.
Nothing too much to go off of right now, because Red Reserve is just destroying them.
Really tough for them to
but as Revan said, they're just making sure. Hold on, I forgot to switch the size. So I think it's 3, and we like red on this stream. This guy back here is just making sure they hold these spawns for the next hill. So nothing too crazy yet.
Some sort of control. They just can't get past the setup that Red Reserve have right now.
Well, it currently sits at 9 kills to 2 for Red Reserve, but all the points going in as Joe makes that double digits now for Red. Make it 11 and 12. I feel that was a little bit too easy, maybe gifted here. EG may be panicking, but Scraps is going to back.
Well, there's nothing really to talk about except that was a perfect hold. So now we'll see how EG breaks, because it's pretty important on a map like Gibraltar to be able to break Fort Courtyard and Castle Road.
Yeah, that's a bit upsetting to see.
Zero has become one with a bush.
Zero, he's waiting inside the bush, able to trade his life out, but he gets the information.
He's going to get the spawns. So this is what we've seen a lot of the times, is teams just break on in through gold. So what ends up happening, one player pushes around Spiral, the guy that killed Zero. 2 players push through gold, and they just sort of fled this hill. We'll see if Red Reserve gets the spawns. We'll have to wait and find out. Lou, what is your problem today, mister?
Attacked from multiple angles.
So yeah, that's the problem, right? Due to this player here, you have the pressure through gold. This guy spawned lower cave, so he pushed all the way through. This doesn't affect much, but you can see one player that's rated trying to make sure they hold spawns, but they don't. Hold on 1 second, stream. All right. So yeah, you can see with 45 seconds left, that was a pretty clean break. I think Red, I mean, if you look at this position, you could probably argue that Red probably should have still kept spawns, but you have 4 players from EG. Like, this is like a perfect line. So, all right. My dog is yelling at me. What do you want? Here, come on up. All right. Lou wants to be a part of this.
But always coming from behind, it's Joe as he comes around back, takes down Aches inside the hard point. Now he gets cleaned up, but spawns were influenced by EG as they were able to push through the gel.
So as soon as Rated shoots, EG knows, but this should give him time, right? You can see this player has to. Why is it this one? This player, he's focused on him. This player spawns out due to Rated's presence, so good job by Rated. Then you have the other 3 players starting to push through this way. So with 34 seconds left, a good push from Red, but it really just started with Rated being able to stay alive.
Rated here left alive. He gets sniffed out, taken down. Now Evil Geniuses can start to put some points on the board.
But Assault gets 3 kills, so nothing you can do, but still a solid lead for Red Reserve. They're just going to rotate over to Castle Road. And they're getting pretty pushed out. You have one guy cave. You have one guy middle of the map. You have another guy helping him. They just need to make sure that they shouldn't, like, nobody goes down and spawns out, but we'll see what happens.
With the likes of Rated, as you can see at the moment, it's
yeah, just good kills right there from Red.
But he's going to lose out here. A lovely setup from Red Reserve. Yes, they have control of Castle Road, but look at Joe. So far pushed up. You've got Zero up by bricks as well. Couldn't offer anything into gold, and actually rotating around. Rated is going to be backing off. So Red Reserve, they look comfortable.
Yeah, I call it calculated aggression, Momo. You're able to be aggressive on a map like Gibraltar when you know 100% that you have somebody in the back securing the spawns in your favor. And you were just mentioning Assault. Right now he's on a 4 spree, but also he's been the lead slayer for Evil Geniuses all throughout Stage 2. He's got a 1.14 KD, and on a map like Gibraltar, this is where he needs to step up the most. Obviously, it's
well, I can't see the mini-map, but it just looked like EG was just pushing through the front, so that was just a good hold by Red.
I'm quite shocked not to see the likes of smokes going down at the front of that tank, but maybe with a respawn coming in, we may see it right now. Zero with that PPSH getting up close and personal. That's number one. The pre-fire comes in onto Assault, and it's a beautiful double there for Zero before being taken off the map there with the nade of Apathy. Now, with 15 seconds left, there is still one.
I mean, that was just a clean hold from Red Reserve, right? EG didn't do anything special. They just tried to hit through the front, and, well, it didn't work out too well in their favor. So a good hold by Red. I mean, literally, EG just did nothing. But you can already tell this is a good job by Red Reserve. But Aix is able to get through this side. He's going to flank. And this is going to be a good pinch for Turret Hill. Louis is a big cat, yes.
So a full 60 there for Red Reserve.
So this is a good play by Aix. If he doesn't get taken down right there, he's in a great spot. But Joe's already in the hill. So now EG have to focus on him. You can see Silly. He's worried about the middle of the map push. We talk about this a lot. Yep, so Scraps goes down middle, right? So you can see that there's no presence from Red Reserve in the middle of the map as soon as Scraps dies. All of them are just trying to flood through this cave, which it can be very tough, but they do have hill control, so that's good for them.
Get shut down mid-map. So this is going to force Red Reserve to fight through the cave side map. This is not what I prefer to do because it feels like you're forced
so
to
there you go.
through small
Once again, they're just trying to flood out. Aix gets a couple of kills after he gets a couple of kills.
You're going up against players who are already set up.
But you can see one player, so player number 1. So that's Joe. He's going all the way. So he spawned right around here. He's going all the way around. You have another player pushing through here. So you have a bit more of a split push coming in from Red Reserve.
It's just tough to fight for
Joe, what he's trying to do is just get ladder control.
The man on the flank, right? Joe, he's got the assault rifle in his
hand. This is exactly where he wants to be. Aix isn't aware at all. So Aix is thinking this player right here, whoever this is, number 8, is somehow watching that or watched that at some point. So this is exactly what you want to do. Joe takes his time, goes all the way around. He finds one kill in the back. He has an AR. He's able to pick up 2. This is a perfect pinch now from Red Reserve, and you can see where EG are spawning. They're spawning pretty far out. So this should be a good time for Red.
Assault didn't get that call out, and now Red Reserve, they can pinch it on the hard
one good thing is Apathy's still alive, but he gets traded.
Well, Joe, it makes the perfect play. 1, 2, and 3, as he makes it so easy for Red Reserve to retake that turret. There's a good chunk of time on there as well. 22 seconds when he got that. And we're going to see Red Reserve starting to clean up on this. We're going to see the rotation go back to the pit center. But Joe, 15 and 8, 4-kill streak. Not going to make it 5 as Apathy somehow survives there. That was 1 bullet away maybe, but...
All right, so let's talk about sort of the first rotation. Obviously, the score, you have a 90-point lead if you're Red Reserve. They dominated pit center. They got the early rotation to Fort Courtyard. They got the early rotation to Fort Courtyard. They split that with EG. They held the entire hill of Castle Road, the third one, and then turret they're able to get most of the time. So that's where that 90-point lead comes in, even from the start, right? They had like a 45-second lead from the center.
The move that Red Reserve made when they decided to have Joe run that second AR, right? Well, here he is, proving people wrong. He's the lead slayer by far in the game right now, 16 and 9. Just having the game of his life. And think about the pressure that this relieves off players like Scraps, off players like Rated. No longer do they have to, you know, feel like they have to do everything on the map and pick up all the kills. I mean, sure, they've been dropping numbers. I saw Rated play last night in the Pro League Challenge. He was absolutely killing it, but now you have Joe starting to step up to the plate, and now it feels like everybody...
So good time by EG, but they're going to have to try and fight across once again. Right, so if you're Red Reserve, you're noticing with 20 seconds. Look, they're still spawning on this side. A couple of kills go the way of EG, so they're going to try and push probably off right here. We'll see if they're able to get these kills, because there's still 20 seconds left. You can sort of fight for the next spawns, you know, without losing that hill time. And one player actually spawns out. That's Scrap, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but the EG players, they spawn low cave. If you are Red Reserve, you still have players spawned up on the side of the map that they want.
And with a push here going down by turret. They could even break the rotation. Big double facility there. One player spawned now. It's going to be Scraps to take him down.
Yeah, so that honestly helps Scraps. It gives them a pinch. Apathy's screwed. He has a PPSH. He's just hoping Ace can get a kill right now. Apathy's just buying time. He's trying to have his teammates help him, but he is in a very tough spot.
Still a pretty comfortable lead, all things considered. Now, remember what happened last time we were here on the Fort Guard Hardpoint? EG.
And once again, it just starts from gold. So the good thing is that Red Reserve, they still get these spawns in the back, right? You can see that. But once again, it's just one guy flooding through here. He wins the one-on-one on the hill, and that's it. I mean, that already causes the disruption. EG, both times have just pushed through the front, and there we go. So a couple of kills are the way of EG. And due to this presence, this is the same thing that we saw on Fort Courtyard. You know, the first rotation of hills, one player already spawns out. So it seems like if you can get people sort of to this area, you can influence the spawns.
Far out, which is exactly what's happening here once again. Look at where Scrap spawns.
But that always helps when Joe gets 3 kills.
And even though there are 40 seconds remaining, you start to think in the back of your mind, like, wow, by the time I get back into the action here, there's only going to be like 20 seconds remaining. But here you go, around the back. Scrap's now getting involved in the action once again. And throughout that time, it's been Red Reserve just trading time with EG. Now back up by 60 and growing. He finds 3, now on a 4 spree. It's a great hard point for Red Reserve. Now they're starting to think ahead. See it on your screen there. X4 multi-kill for Scraps. And he's starting to continue ramping up the...
All right, so that's a big kill by Scraps. So you see Silly. So once again, you have 14 seconds left right here. Silly, he loses a gunfight middle. This is what we like when we looked at the first Castle Road. Red Reserve did a very good job of pushing out. Look where Silly spawns, right? The game is always thinking, I'm trying to get you the closest point to the objective. That is open. So for the last 14 seconds, Silly has to decide, am I going to fight for that or just try and help my team on rotation? This could potentially help them. They may not notice this because he's going to be on a pinch, but it's on these 3 players to really hold off this first push. But yeah, here comes Silly. Oh, there he goes. Scraps actually spots him.
I'm not sure how, but Silly there going for the grenade. Scraps backing off.
And now they know who just died. Assault. We'll see where he spawns. Okay, so the next hard point's up. Now Assault's going to spawn. He held on to his kill cam.
Accuracy on the PPSH is showing dividends for Red Reserve, and back up now to around a 70-point lead here. Red Reserve looking to break on in. Joe's going to be leading that. He's going to go down, but maybe able to trade this one out for Apathy. It will happen. There's a glide bomb, and you know what?
He's sure he'll take a glide bomb. But Ace gets a couple of kills. Again, the team's Red Reserve spawning super far away. Castle Road is, I believe, the #1 money hill. JP's in here, so I believe that's correct.
For future hard points, you still have a comfortable 50-point lead. Of course, that's dwindling since EG had the spawns in their favor. They can reinforce into the hard point quicker, but they're just not picking up the kills. Now it's Scraps. Joe working to play off the back of him.
So here's a good thing. You're forcing these 4 players. Like, look, all 4 players are still going this way for EG. You only have 15 seconds left. 1 player left. That's Joe. Look at where the other 3 are from Red Reserve. They're all towards turret, so they should win this rotation pretty easily.
Back into the hard point, and they're starting to rack up the points once again.
And look at the rotation, Revan.
Already set up.
It's all right. You get in the last 10 seconds, but Red Reserve, they're sitting pretty here already in turret. You got Raided locking down the middle. You've even got, on the outskirts, Joe, he's watching the flank. This is a beautiful setup from Red Reserve. They have a glide bomb if they need to. But all in all, look at Scraps and Joe. The slaying power is fantastic.
So you can see how Red Reserve set up. And wow, look at this spawn. Okay. So watch this. You have Joe here. You have Raided here. They're making sure nobody goes all the way around. They're making sure nobody from EG gets the middle staircase. You have a couple of players. I'm guessing 2 players in cave. You have 1 player still middle. This player, this is Apathy. He just went down. Apathy spawns here. I think the reason is it has to be due to Raided. The only reason that this happens, it has to be due to Raided's positioning. That's the only thing I can think of as to why this happens. Because now what's going to happen is if you're Apathy, you're calling out, hey, I spawned behind them. These 2 players in cave shouldn't move. They shouldn't do anything. They should just wait for Apathy.
Right now, yes, the role change and the addition of Scraps, it does mean Zero has that little bit of a difference.
So Silly over challenges. I don't think he had to, unless Apathy didn't call out. But App's here now. Yeah, he's going to put pressure on the Silly. He's going to find 1.
He's going to be the first to fall.
Assault and Aches are there. Aches does wait, Silly doesn't, but that's hill control for
He's
EG.
able to slip through the cracks. He comes up behind the players inside the hard point, picks up 2, and now here comes a glide bomb from Scraps. It takes out Assault.
That's a good glide bomb because Assault was middle.
We set up over near the sidewalk, which gives him that extra angle to shoot down on the players inside the hard point. And still, roughly that 50-point lead for Red Reserve as they pick up Silly out of the hard point. Now it's going to continue to grow. One take away from hitting that.
So Assault, he's able to win a couple of gunfights. He's just top mid. At least he stops that 15 seconds from going Red's way. This allows EG to set up for pit center.
Of rotations, and just to reiterate, right, Joe, 28 and 20, 23 and 14 for Scraps. You look at the side of EG, you only got one guy positive, and that's Aches at 20 and 18. You really want somebody like Assault to step up here. Of course, Silly.
So what? After the first set of hills, it was about a 100-point lead. After the second set of hills, it's about a 50-point lead, but Red have hung on. Couple of situations didn't go their way.
And sometimes all it takes is one sequence of events.
Okay. So you have one player here. This is Apathy. You have another player here. He's inside gold. I'm not exactly sure who that is. So what this does is this forces 2 red players to spawn out. Great if you're EG, but this also causes a pinch on the hill. So this is very tough to deal with for EG.
And you can have a big impact on the game, but I will say
and well, Assault's aware of it, so that's great awareness from EG right there.
It's still only a 40-point game. As we slow things down a bit back to the pit center, we take a bit of a breather here. We see a 2-kill streak for Silly and Apathy. Apathy's going to make a 3 as Aches has got a couple of kills as well on the board, and they're trying to fight their way back into this. And you've got to start to think, how are Red Reserve going to put the nail in the coffin here? Maybe it starts with Raided. He's going to find one. May find the second as well on the hill.
Well, that's a nice shot from Assault right there.
On that one. Red Reserve are going to break in, though. It's going to be contested for a short.
All right, so EG, they've cut this lead down to 27 points. More importantly, they have the spawns for Fort Courtyard, so everything going really well there for EG.
But this time, for the third time, maybe the first
match
time,
just starts the same time every day, 2 p.m.
Onto the Fort Courtyard. This could be perfect for them. Silly still racking up time here.
Okay. EG taken away closer. Now, something to keep in mind, if EG somehow find a way to lock down the full 60 on this upcoming hardpoint, they still won't win the game. They'll be 3 seconds away. So Red Reserve has
All right, so now it's Red Reserve's turn to try and break this, right? The first couple of times we've watched this, it's been EG who have done a really good job of breaking through gold and sort of pinching through this way. So we'll see what Red Reserve do now to break this setup.
In the back of their mind, and also take a look at Aches. 95 points away from the glide bomb. You talk about the rotation from this second hard point.
You live in the UK, pal, so I don't know. All right, they start the same time every day for you, 7 p.m.
To the upcoming third hard point over on the Castle Road. It's one of the tougher ones that we have in World War II when you compare the hard point maps. And now the artillery barrage coming to play. These are
so big kills. There was two pressuring this rocks area. One was pressuring towards ladder. It was a pretty spread out push from Red Reserve. The big problem is now is you have 3 guys who spawned up. You still have 1 guy over here. You have Aches on streaks. It's a pretty staggered push, right? But that's a big kill by Scraps, and he stays alive. But there we go. He's in our artillery ladder shot. He's going to make sure they can't get in the ladder. I don't know if that was the best artillery, but that did force the rotation. That's going to lock up the last 20 seconds.
EG take the lead here. Red Reserve, are they in the most comfortable position because they have the spawns, or can EG just break on in with those streaks?
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, you have the streaks. Red Reserve, since that artillery barrage gets called in, you know that there's a glide bomb coming your way. And Aches, he's going to call it in right now. You see 7 and 8, Apathy working alongside Silly. They have to play. They have to follow this glide bomb up, but it doesn't get anything done. They push right through. They try to isolate the play over near cave.
All right, hold on. I got to back this up. Too far. All right, let's see what EG do. So they send through 2. They do a very similar push. So they obviously have the glide bomb, but they send 2. That's the way they break gold, right? They usually go through right down the middle, and that's what EG are doing here. They send 2 through top middle.
They push right through. They try to isolate the play over near cave, but it's a team kill. Zero takes out Scratch.
So the one, oh no, I don't want the Windows button. So due to this pressure, this player spawns out, but this ends up working really well for Red Reserve. You can see where EG spawned. The reason is you have Rated who's watching this. This spawn's blocked by this player. I believe that's Scrap because he spawned out. So this is probably the worst possible spawn that you can get for EG. So that is a very good thing for Red Reserve. But Apathy and Assault get kills. That's not good. And they get more kills. That was like a 2 versus 3 right there.
4 streaks.
Oh no. So as soon as that happens, because Apathy and Assault get kills here, this spawn opens up. Scraps is over here, remember, right? He spawned out towards this way. So as soon as those kills go down, Red Reserve spawn out.
Going down. Aches and Apathy trading out. Joe still lighting up that kill feed with another double here, but this needs to be contested. 8 seconds and counting. Joe needs the backup. He needs the help.
He's trying to contest. His teammates following up. 25 seconds remaining. EG only need 5 to close out this map 1.
And 5 seconds. There's 20 left to go. You feel like it could end here. Zero has other ideas.
That's big kills by Zero. Those players spawn out as well. You have a 4 versus 2 in this area.
Rotation is in favor of EG. This is gonna be
Apathy's still here.
Still 7
okay.
seconds. Joe's
so the big thing is, yep, you hear Revan say it. EG have already rotated. Apathy got a couple of kills, so that delays the rotation from Red Reserve. You know, EG only need 4 more seconds.
Leave the points. Scraps is the only player here for Red Reserve.
Inside the hard point, EG have the spawns. They only need 4 more seconds. Scraps is forced to jump out the window with the smoke grenade, blocking off Aches. The kills coming in.
So that